Good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I know it is about 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm out here at my job getting ready to go to work to put in some good old hours. You understand me? But nevertheless, I hope everybody is doing well. I hope everybody is safe. I know there is a lot of people who their houses are still underwater, still without water and without power. And there are a lot of people who are still devastated due to that old heathen Hurricane Matthew. But I wanted to let everybody know that starting tomorrow night at the hour of 7:30 nightly, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That's the 12th, the 13th, and the 14th. I, myself, Pastor T.L. McLean, will be running a revival at Evening Star Ministries. That's 1013 Weiss Avenue. That's right there off of Robeson Street, or as many of you down here say, Robinson. That's right off of Robeson Street in Fayetteville, North Carolina. As far as directions or anything like that, you can go ahead and inbox me and we'll get you to that. We'll get you there the best we can. But nevertheless, I know a lot of people are probably saying, Pastor, right now I don't want to go to church. I don't want to get a dance on. I don't want to get a praise on or nothing like that. But I want to encourage the people of God, first of all, to understand that you got a reason to tell God thank you, for the simple fact is no matter what has occurred, it always could have been worse. And no matter what your situation is, there's somebody who's got a situation that's worse than yours. But even if you feel like you've hit the bottom of it, I want to let you know that there is hope. The Bible lets us know in Ezekiel chapter 37, very popular scripture, the Bible lets us know that in the valley of the dry bones, that God saw that the bones were there. He knew they were dead. He knew that the situation was grim and bleak and abysmal at best. He knew that, you understand? But he said to the man of God, he said, can these bones live? And Ezekiel said, well, God, you know. And so God says to Ezekiel, said, well, what I want you to do is I want you to prophesy to the bones. See, God always takes tragedy and he will use the men and women of God to speak to the people while they're in the midst of tragedy. God does not get silent when tragedy happens. Rather, he rises up. So this is a clarion call to the people of God to let you know that this is a time where we need to rise up. We need to stand together. We need to band together and we need to be revived. Because if you be honest with yourself, 2016 has not been the year that you thought it was to be. Many of us stood and said, this is my year. The very famous line, new year, new me. But it seems that many of us are going through some of the same things that we went through in 2015, 14, and so on beyond. And so I want to let you know that it's expedient to come out and get this word from the Lord. You understand? And after he told him to prophesy to the bones, he told him what he was going to do for the bones. And then he said, I want you to prophesy to the wind. And he said, after the wind came, that's when they became a great army. And you got to understand that the wind represents the breath of God, which represents life being brought back into man. And if you be honest with yourself, after that, that Hurricane Matthew has come through, and we drive through our neighborhoods, and we go through and we look at the things that are going on and the condition that many people have been left in as a result of this hurricane. If you be honest with yourself, and we tell the truth about it, it looks devastating. There are trees that have fallen over, houses that have, been damaged, fences broken, cars flooded and lost in the middle of the road, roads blocked, and trees falling over in people's yard and collapsing their roofs in, and businesses closing, and power being out, and people ain't got water safe for consumption. You understand? But I'm coming to let somebody know that there is a fresh wind coming in your direction. There is a fresh wind coming in your direction to sweep out everything that is old and to bring in new stuff. And God's going to raise us up, and we're going to be an exceeding great army. So don't be discouraged. Don't be dismayed, but trust God to know that in the midst of tragedy, God does not get silent, because he is concerned about you and your situation. I love each and every one of you with the love of God. Those that love me, those that don't, I love you even the more. It makes me know never mind. But nevertheless, I want you all to know that you all are cordially invited. I'm sending out the call. I'm sending out the beacon, the homing missiles. You all are invited to join us in revival at Evening Star Ministries. Pastor T.L. McLean, which is myself, I'll be there preaching 7:30 nightly. Tomorrow, which is the 12th, Thursday, which is the 13th, and Friday, which is the 14th, at Evening Star Ministries, where the pastor is Pastor Bobby Wright. And then we'll get on some services for next week as well. But nevertheless, I love you all. I love you all. I love you all with the love of God. Oh, and remember, don't let nobody or no things steal your joy. Be blessed.